arrived in Sao Paulo a few weeks before.
I can get you work, Max. Work that only a guy like you can do.
I ain't a cop no more.
Hey guys, welcome to Inside Gaming Extended Coverage. I'm Adam Kovic.
I'm Matt Danovic.
Today we're at New York Comic Con checking out a few games, one of which was the new Max Payne 3. So the first thing you might notice in this new Max Payne is that Max has a totally different look from the first two games. What did you think about it? He's bald, he's bearded.
He's bald, he's bearded, he's wearing a wife beater, and like he's kind of channeling, Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad. It sort of seemed like to me. It was interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely a new look.
Yeah, we saw this back when they first released screenshots for the game, and there's a lot of negative reaction. But I think a lot of people have remembered that Max is a troubled, messed up person, and
surly.
They mention in this demo there's a point in the game where they actually explain kind of his breakdown of why he's shaving his head and changing his look. So you may also notice Max is in a completely different setting, which is now in the sun.
It's in Brazil.
At least it's something different.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I mean, you also, since it isn't just one night, it's taking place over the course of a few weeks. You actually do, from what I think, start out in New York initially.
There is somewhat of a flashback mission to kind of get people familiar with the game
and why he's now in Brazil.
Right, they kind of show off the new mechanics. There's a lot of destruction. There's a cover system actually in the game. It's very simple. It's actually not overdone too much, but the gunplay actually looks really good. I mean, that's ultimately why you come to a Max Payne game.
Flying bullet time.
Right, it still does all the great stuff. You kill a guy, fill up your bullet meter. You have to take painkillers if you get hit.
Yep.
And they have this new mode called the Last Man Standing, which you and I were talking about. It's a lot like Borderlands, where it's your second chance.
Yeah. Well, and then also interesting with the bullet time is the last kill of any encounter becomes a slow motion cinematic bullet time where you follow the bullet and you can actually control and ramp up or ramp down the speed on that, which is kind of interesting, neat, a little show off factor.
As you may have guessed, they are using the Rage engine, the Rockstar engine,
plus
Euphoria. So like Max does look good when he's moving around. You can actually dive, like do the 360 turn midair, and you actually can land on the ground and just stay there.
Yeah, I like the ground aim animations were really interesting and believable.
The other thing too, a lot of people are very interested in is the storytelling aspect of the game. Max Payne has always been known for this new war, dark kind of setting, and it was told through this kind of comic book style. Now they are moving towards a motion comic, as they're calling it, which is just kind of hyper-stylized cutscenes.
In between cutscenes and action, there is no loading throughout the whole game. There's seamless loading. It was going to go once you start to the finish.
That's one thing. That is the one thing they stressed, which is like final build of the game, zero loading, which that's a surprise. Let's see if that holds up.
Yeah.
The same voice actor from Max Payne is returning from Max Payne 1 and 2, so that's always good. I'm glad they're bringing in some OG people. Yeah, of course. Yeah, personally for me, I'm going to miss the dark and gritty comic, but it is a new look, it's a new style, it's a new developer, so I kind of see where they're going with it. I will reserve all judgments until I actually play the game and have some kind of idea of it. And finally, the game is coming out in March 2012. It's coming out 360, PS3, and PC.
And PC, so those should maybe be some really crazy mods, maybe some ultra-realistic mods out of it would be.
If you're a Max Payne fan, you'll want to look forward to the Kung Fu mod, which was really awesome in the first one. Let's hope that comes back. But so far, my thoughts on the game, really liked it. As a Max Payne fan, I thought it was cool. I was worried just like everyone else. But from what I saw, it looked fun. It looked like a good Max Payne game. So I'm looking forward to it very much.
I'm more interested in seeing where this is going to go, and before I really pass judgment if I'm going to be spending my $60 on it.
Very cool. All right, I hope you enjoyed our extended coverage for Max Payne 3. We'll see you guys later.